Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Cave After Hours podcast. Here's your host, the one and only, the inimitable, Josh Havens.
All right, and welcome to the Cave After Hours podcast, our first one, and we're actually sponsored by the Mini Jumbotron Company. And if you go to their website, you can save 10% by putting in the code CAVE, and that will get you, like I said, 10% off. Any money we get from that is going to go towards our podcast. So we appreciate it, and they love the business over there. If you don't know what a Mini Jumbotron is, check out the Cave, my Instagram page, and you will see exactly what the Mini Jumbotron is. It's all around the world. They ship everywhere. So any man cave that doesn't have a Mini Jumbotron, I think you're slacking. Don't you think that?
Oh yeah, you gotta have the You gotta have the Mini Jumbotron, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It adds a little accent to it, you know. A little.
What we got going on now is I'm going to introduce you to my buddy, Robbie Rowe. He is a guest / co-host, and he will be on most of these podcasts with me probably when we're talking about the Bears. You know, if we want to have somebody else on, they can come on too, whatever. But we'll have Robbie Rowe on, talking about Bears talk each week. We wanted to get this started before next year, but we got the season recap and kind of going over the game yesterday. So anyways, like I said, it's Robbie Rowe over here. You want to introduce yourself and tell me how you became a Bears fan?
Hi, Robbie Rowe. No, my name is Robbie Rowe. I remember I was 8 years old watching the Bears with my grandpa.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't really pay a lot of attention to it, but he was always into it. You know, every once, you know how kids are, man. It took my kids a while for them to really settle down and watch a game when you're a kid, you know. So, you know, you'd bounce in and out of while he's watching the games and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I am from Danville, Illinois.
Oh, are you?
So that's about, 3.5 hours, 4 hours, Chicago.
Okay.
But it's Illinois, so obviously most Illinois residents are Bears fans.
How did you get to Elkhart?
My mom. We moved here with my mom for work. But
Mm-hmm.
So I remember growing up watching Bears with my grandpa. I remember watching this little bit of the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of where it all started. Didn't really get hardcore heavy into it. I mean, I always watched the Bears.
Right.
Throughout my life, I always watched the Bears. Always cheer for the Bears when I watched.
Mm-hmm.
But I really didn't get hardcore until, when I was more of an adult. And then I started following them, watching every season and all that. So
okay. And also, Robbie is a devoted Cubs fan and a really devoted Notre Dame fan.
I'm Chicago everything.
Okay.
Chicago everything.
About the White Sox?
No. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how a lot of people feel. Like, if they were in the World Series, I might cheer for them because they're Chicago, but
right.
I don't know. Some Chicago Cubs fans are probably like, I want to kill me now.
Right. Big Notre Dame fan, too?
Yeah, oh, yeah. Huge Notre Dame fan. Huge Notre Dame fan.
Right. So, yeah, I love Notre Dame, too. I don't get into it quite as much as Robbie does. All my focus is pretty much on the Bears. This kind of hit off pretty big lately, so Bears consume my time. I don't watch much baseball anymore, or really don't get into basketball anymore. So Bears is my full-time thing, obviously. That's why I've got the Cave going on. But I want to talk about the Cave a little bit. We started this in 2018, and 2015. And basically, I remodeled in 18, but started in 2015. And we kind of had a little bit of everything going on in here.
It's just a little party room at first, wasn't it?
Yeah. And we had White Sox, we had Notre Dame stuff, a little bit of Bears stuff, a little bit of Bulls stuff. So, and I really got into enjoying seeing how people had like a dedicated cave that was just balled out and looked cool as hell. So I kind of went into that mode. And I think if you remember right, I think you named the cave because you said, "Is the cave open one day?" And I said, "Man,
when I first started?"
Yeah, that's how it started.
That's funny.
So the cave started with Robbie Rowe. He kind of named it, and
because I always called it the man cave is what I always call it.
Right.
Every time we're going to the man cave.
Yep.
So I shortened it to the cave.
Yep.
That's all.
Yeah. So one day he said, "The cave open," and it's a generic name. It's nothing to write home about. Nothing unique about it, but it's just stuck.
Yeah, but you turned it into your own, man. Kind of turned it into your own with your logo, and you added stuff to it and stuff. You took something simple and you made it a little bit better.
Yep. So yeah, we'll always be the Cave. I'm not going to change the name. I mean, I did change the logo to more of my own personal style. And the logo we got for the podcast is from my son. So if you need to check out his artwork, DM me. I can hook you up with that, though. He does a lot of artwork on the side. So anyways, that's the story of the cave. We have people over during the week, during game days. We cook, we party, we did a food drive this year, which did really well. So we're going to donate all that food during Super Bowl weekend. So
that was awesome.
Yeah, kind of the history of the cave. So anyways, let's go over the Bears game yesterday.
Do we have to?
Huh?
Do we have to?
Yeah. So what did you think of the game yesterday?
I mean, there was nothing. Were we flat on just like I don't know if it's mental. I think it's mental now, dude. I don't even know. We were playing so good up till then.
Right.
And then we get to this game and we look like we never played football before, and it's just drives you nuts. It's the Packers. There's one game you get up, 2 games you get up for us every year, and that's the Packers.
Right.
I don't care if you. I mean, I do care, but you know what I'm saying. There's 2 games that we want to win every year,
right?
And we at least be competitive when we're out there. If if you go out there and you drop it and you lose a little bit, at least be competitive.
Right.
Not scoring a touchdown.
Yeah.
Against one of the worst. Honestly, I think they were 31st defense in the league. Yeah. Carolina put 30 up on them.
Right.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
So, what do you think, man?
I was very disappointed, obviously, in the game yesterday.
You guaranteed a victory.
Yeah. You know what? I guarantee I'll take it though.
Hey.
You know what? I'm not gonna pussyfoot. I'm not gonna pussyfoot around it. If I'm gonna say we're gonna win, I'm gonna back it up. If not, then we don't win. I don't care what I look like at the end of the day. Right. If we would have won, it would have been cool. If we don't, we don't. So, anyways, So after the game yesterday, my thoughts on it were a lot of injuries didn't help, obviously. And when you look at the talent on the Bears, it's Cole Kmet, DJ Moore, Justin Fields, and maybe a little bit of the running back sometimes, but we don't have enough threats on the offense, in my opinion. And that goes back to we blew this thing up last year, and we're still drafting, and we're only second year into rebuild. And everybody says we've been rebuilding since 85, right? 85. That's why I got here. But guess what? I've been watching the Bears my whole life, and this was the first time that I can remember that was actually a total teardown of the team and starting fresh. And this is the second year into it. My prediction was 7 wins. I probably jinxed myself because we should have had 8 yesterday. But I
should have had an 8 or 9 at least.
I think I jinxed myself by saying 7, but that was my prediction. And we'll get into my prediction and Robbie's prediction in a little bit on next year's win total. But another thing drove me nuts yesterday about the game too is the offensive coordinator, man. We'll talk about if he needs to go later, but to me, I played football, but I haven't been a coach or anything like that. But if you have a couple linemen that are out of the game and you're struggling to move the ball, you need to move the pocket, get some things, play action going. And
after you watch Justin get nailed 13 times, just guy coming straight through the line, you got to do something,
And it just stayed. I felt like the game plan from this week was the same one as week 1 when we played them. And it was just stale. It was nothing innovative about it. And
that's what was most, coming into the season, we were more excited, here it is, Justin Fields versus Jordan Love. Here it is, new era.
Yep.
We got this. We got the guy. We got the better quarterback, right? No. Well, I mean, on paper, no. What we saw yesterday, or on paper, yes. What we saw yesterday, yes. But, I mean, Justin's been through a lot, so.
Yeah. I think more innovative offense yesterday and adjustments after halftime if it ain't working. And then on the last play of the game, it's third and 22, 4th and 22 or something. You throw a screen.
That didn't even do it.
Yeah, didn't even do anything. So we'll talk about if Getsy needs to go next year. I already know my opinion on that. So anyways, Jordan Love, I mean, I hate to say it, but he might look like the best quarterback in the division right now.
So I heard interesting stat that he would hold a record for the Bears quarterback coming this
absolutely,
year
yep.
for first year starter quarterback. He would have broke all kinds of quarterback records for the Bears, and it's just like in our history, like that's insane that we've never had a quarterback that that caliber. We need one, man, bad.
It's all we've been waiting on. I mean, all Bears fans waiting on the whole life is for a quarterback. Yeah, just a quarterback that can do it for us, man. Because it's just a struggle. So, like I said, though, I think he looks like he could be the best quarterback in the division right now. Now, Packers fans, pump your brakes on the Hall of Fame stuff.
Oh my Lord!
You know, I keep saying that. I keep seeing that they did it again. We got the third one in a row. He's not a Hall of Famer yet. He had a good year, but let me see like 5 years of that. I've seen Aaron Rodgers whoop our ass over and over and over again.
Brett Favre too.
Brett Favre, yeah. So it's not. I mean, he's a good quarterback, but pump the brakes on the Hall of Fame talk already. All right. So, anyways, let's get into. We talked about the game yesterday, so let's talk about the coach. I think he's coming back. What do you think?
Eberflus?
Yep.
So yeah, I think he's probably going to come back. I haven't seen any hints that they're going to get rid of him. When Poles talks about him at press conferences, he talks good about him.
Right.
Like he never has anything really bad to say about him. And I think they're going to at least give him one more year. I think at least give him one more shot. See.
Right.
You know, build around, see what we get in the draft, and maybe. I mean, me personally, my thing. I know a lot of people hate Flus, whatever. They don't see, but he's kept the locker room together.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Through all this adversity, the shitty, start of the season, and he's kept him coming back, and he's improved the defense. He took over the defensive calls. And from what I'm hearing, he might want to do that next year if he comes back. He wants to do the defensive calls, like on the sidelines.
Right.
So, anyway, I think they're going to keep him one more year and see if they can't build around him, and then we'll see. I guess we'll go from there.
Yeah, but if there's one head coach that you would get rid of Flus for, if you just think one in your head, who would it be?
You're gonna make me say it, aren't you?
I'm gonna make you say it.
Well, Harbaugh probably, because everybody wants some Harbaugh. I'm not like everybody. Harbaugh. Like, yeah, I know he's a good coach, and but there's a lot of stipulations come with him. He's got to do this, and he wants to take over. Maybe he wants to be the GM and all that. If he wants all that, then I don't
pass on him.
But yeah, if he's up there for grabs, you got to get him.
Right.
That's my personal opinion. You got to get him. For any of them. But you can't move on from Flus if you ain't got nothing better than Flus. You can't do that. And that's what Bears have been doing for years.
Right.
They did okay with Lovey. Lovey just was great defensive guy. Just great defensive. Just wasn't the greatest head coach. You know? My opinion. These are my opinions.
Right.
So, but yeah, you can't just get rid of Flus if you ain't got nothing better than Flus.
Right.
So. What do you think?
So my opinion's the same thing. I've been hard on Flus. I've been wanting to get rid of him all year, pretty much.
Didn't I say that? I'm sorry, I didn't even cut you out. But yeah, what did I say? Was it game 2 of last year?
What? You got
it on film.
You were on his ass.
He was like, get rid of him. Get rid of him.
Right off the bat.
Anyway,
he has no patience.
That was game 2 of last year. Anyway.
Right. So yeah, I'm for keeping him. Unless somebody like maybe Jim Harbaugh come along. I really like the offensive coordinator in Detroit. If you're going to keep Justin, I think there was a quote that he could work with them or would be interested in working with them
as a head coach.
Yeah, I don't know if that's true.
Ben
or
Johnson.
Not. Yeah, Ben Johnson. But if he wants that $15 million a year, you got to prove yourself before you get $15 million a year. That's a lot of money.
Yeah,
I'm with.
Harbaugh would want like 11 or 12 or something.
Right.
So
I'll tell you, I'm okay with keeping them, but on some premonitions of you got to have playoff aspirations, and you have to at least sniff the playoffs to be closer or get in the playoffs. No regression. If there's any hint of regression, he's got to go immediately to me. He's already broke records for all-time losing as coach and all that. So I'm with keeping him for another year.
But we're also 2 or 3 games, stupid lost games,
right,
away from being in the playoffs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, is that a curve or is that just him being a horrible coach? Like, I don't know. Is that a learning curve there? Can't finish the game, like the first Lions game.
Right.
Played, 3.5 quarters of good football,
Right.
and then we crap the bed and let them lose. And it's like, what was that?
Right.
Was it the coaching or the execution? I don't know.
Yeah.
But you pointed out earlier, in the season that, and he's gotten better. You've said that his awareness of things, the clock, things like that, things that head coaches need to be aware of.
Right.
And he wasn't doing those things.
Right.
And he has gotten a little bit better with them. So,
yeah.
But yeah, I remember you saying those things about, so.
So yeah, I think we'll keep him another year as an ideal, maybe, but the players seem to love to play for him. He didn't lose the locker room. I thought they played harder towards the end of the year, and maybe yesterday was different if we were at full go yesterday, but it's just a lot of injuries yesterday, whatnot. So on to Luke Getsy. What's your opinion on Luke Getsy?
Is it Luke Getsy or just short of execution? I don't know. No, I think he's got to go, bro. He's had all season to do something, and he hasn't shown me any. I mean, there's a few games in there, but I don't think he's just weird. It's just weird game planning,
right?
The Minnesota game with all the bubble screens and the screens and stuff, and the 4th and 1 calls, the 4th and 2 calls, that's what it does it for me. Like overall,
he tries
to be small little stupid calls during a game, that make or break or set tones for the game, and so.
He tries to be a little too cute on those simple plays.
Well, like yesterday,
like
yesterday, he starts off shotgun and then he jumps up under and almost fumbles the snap and barely gets the first down. And it's like, why can't we just get up there and run it like all 28 or 20, 30 other, teams on and just run it down the gut? Justin's a big dude, man. So I don't know. Maybe it's our offensive line. They just don't try. I don't know.
It could be, but I think he's going to be the scapegoat. I think he's gone. And
but who do you think they'd bring in though?
That's the thing, because if you're going to bring in, I think if you're going to bring in somebody, they got to have some kind of reassurance that Fluke's going to be there maybe another year or two. I mean, he could be a lame duck coach next year, and then the new offensive coordinator's been there for a year.
But
so I think you look to the streets. I mean,
and also, a lot of people, things being said about, oh, do you want to give Justin, another? Look, he's got 8 months,
right?
7 to 8 months to learn a new system,
right?
You don't know you don't know. That's why you take your chances.
Right.
But we know what Getsy is,
right?
We don't know what the new guy coming in is,
right?
You know what I mean? So maybe this new guy or new person is going to come in and be what, if they do keep Justin, be what Justin needs. Maybe he's that play caller that makes those right play calls for Justin or whatever. Like what's the guy in Baltimore OC? Do you remember his name?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I can't remember his name offhand.
What he's done with Lamar over there.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So, I mean, there's. I just don't think Getsy's for Justin Fields. Right. I don't think that's his type of quarterback.
Do you think he's a Green Bay operative?
Oh man, me and my kids talk about that. We talked about that yesterday. We're watching the game. We go, man, I think Getsy's against us. I think he's just, he's just him. Him and Toma, or what's his name? No, what's the
Packers coach?
No, the tight end we got.
Oh, Tunyon.
Yeah.
He's a Green Bay operative too. Yeah. He's from Chicago though.
I know.
Yeah.
But no, I don't know what it is. It's got to be mental, bro. Sometimes,
right?
It's just like you've lost. I don't know. That's not the team that we've watched for the last 4 or 5 weeks that we watched yesterday.
Oh no, no. Yeah. It was definitely a disappointing loss. My thoughts on Getsy, like I said, he's going to be the scapegoat either way, I think. And there's been little snippets in the media with Justin talking about the offense, and DJ Moore said a little thing yesterday about needing more explosive play calling, and that just wasn't happening, especially yesterday. No adjustments whatsoever. In my
let's
opinion.
be honest about the explosion, the play calling. You got to get open.
Yeah.
You got to give people time to get down the field. How many times did Justin have a guy in his face as soon as the ball was snapped?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So I mean, you can't have big explosive plays if you can't even have time to get the ball down the field.
I think with those 2 injuries yesterday, that
it hurt
moving guys around on the offensive line because they've been playing well.
Even Cole Kmet being out, he's a good, he helps block too.
Yeah,
so he got hurt too. So that kind of hurt us.
Jalen Johnson out yesterday too.
But once again, we didn't make any adjustments to that,
Mm-hmm.
like you said. We didn't make any adjustments to that. So.
Yep. So the burning question, and I got a lot of questions about this through our Instagram, was what do we do with Justin Fields? That's the main question going around. What do you think? You want me to say what I think first?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So my opinion on Justin Fields is that he's not given a fair chance. We put a lot of money into the defense. We got Montez Sweat. We got 2 free agent linebackers last year. We drafted 2 defensive tackles, and we also have a new corner in Smith and Stevenson. And the backside of the secondary is probably our strength in the Bears program right now. But all that money put in defense, has Justin got a fair chance when they haven't put nothing into the offense besides DJ Moore and Cole Kmet? Like I said before, when those are your only 2 options and Kmet's hurt, and let's say Mooney's already out and DJ gets hurt, let's say, or limps off the field, you literally have nothing to throw to beside a rookie and some guys that might not even be in the league next year. So I think my opinion is trade back, keep Justin, get a wide receiver, maybe get a number 1 next year, get a 2nd round pick this year, keep our number 9 slot, and go maybe an offensive lineman there, or I'd take another tight end too. I mean, you can't load up with enough weapons. You see teams like Packers got 2 tight ends that are pretty good. Detroit's got a good tight end, Laporta. And I don't think you can have enough weapons. I mean, some of these teams got some killer weapons, and we literally have DJ Moore and Cole Kmet. And like I said, he got hurt and it was down to DJ. And if he gets double teamed, I mean, who are we going to? And I mean, I just don't think Justin's got a fair shake.
I agree.
I mean, if he had all the weapons and he was still struggling, I'd probably think different about this. But in the locker room, it's going to hurt the locker room. And a lot of this too is, these players said today some of them don't want to start over with a new quarterback because you're going to set you back DJ 1 or 2. Yep. You don't want to set you back 1 or 2 years and start with a new quarterback. I mean, what's your thoughts on it?
So let's break this down. So Justin Fields, rookie year, gets thrown in, right?
Right.
Matt Nagy, here, go. Our other quarterback sucks. You go in. No fair chance. Matt Nagy gets fired that year. Then in comes Eberflus.
Mm-hmm.
First year Eberflus. First year rebuild. Nobody around them.
Right.
Throughout the season, you basically dismantle the whole defense. You're picking them one by each game. There's a guy leaving. So you're in a whole rebuild, which is weird though. I feel like here's what I feel like. He played better last year than he played this year, and I don't know why that is. That's what's weird about it. So, and then this year he was hurt. He was out 4 or 5 games, but I mean I haven't seen his total stats for the season yet. I haven't looked at them, but they're not where a lot of people want him to be.
Right.
But like I said, that all comes with what he's had to deal with coming into this, But then, but it's the argument too is like you watch CJ Stroud come in and do what he's doing, like. But I think he's not. He's like a Tom Brady. Like he's one in a 100 guys that's going to come in and do that.
Right.
I think
I read the other day that 30% of the quarterbacks in the last 15 years, 20 years,
what he's doing
has actually been a franchise quarterback, and most of them fail fail. I mean,
So my opinion is, I do want to keep Justin Fields one more year. We don't have to pay him this year,
right?
Or next year, right?
No. I
No,
mean,
we don't have to pay him next year.
We can do a 5th-year option.
Yeah, and then we can, if we want to keep him, then we have to pay him, right?
Right. Yep.
Okay, so why not? You're not losing anything, and if you're that worried about it, take a quarterback. Let him sit a year.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or at least if you have him, he's on he's sitting on the bench. But I don't really want to get a quarterback. I want to get like Marvin Harrison Jr. I want to get like you said, we definitely need a center. There's some good centers coming out in the draft. Some offensive linemen. But yes, I do want to keep Justin Fields. That's my opinion.
Right.
Let's keep him one more year. I mean, I don't really want to start over again, dude.
Yeah.
I really don't want to.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, I think we'll know the Luke Getsy answer and the Eberflus answer. And we might not know the Justin answer until, we got till April.
From what I'm hearing, people say by the end of the week we'll hear about Getsy and Flus.
Right.
But yeah, we don't know. We might not know about Justin until they figure out what's going on.
Right.
But why is that? Why would it take so long?
Just probably, like last year, what they did was kind of held on to that pick until a few weeks before the draft, and basically you're playing.
Do you think Poles is gonna? What do you think Poles is gonna do with that?
I don't know.
Do you think he's gonna draft, or do you think he's gonna trade down? He ain't gonna trade down far if he does.
Well, I tell you, if they get rid of Justin, unless they trade him to Atlanta or somewhere like that, or Pittsburgh, he's gonna use that number 1 pick on a quarterback. I don't know if there's a franchise quarterback that I can say is like a sure hit, like Luck was, or Joe Burrow. Even Mahomes got drafted 10th because nobody thought he was going to do what he was going to do. So,
maybe one of the teams like Arizona or New England will say, "Hey, we'll give you, 2 picks or something for your 1 pick."
Yeah, it could be a DJ Moore thing again. We don't know. So,
but you can't go down too far because we definitely want to. Like a Marvin Harrison or somebody
I like the dude from Washington too, Romaduza. I like that guy too. So
that dude's good.
But yeah, it could be any one of these scenarios. In my opinion, I still think we got a long way to go, and we just need to load up on picks. And like I said, keep Justin.
We got some guys on free agency too. We have a really good salary cap. I think it's seventh or something.
Yes, I think it's like 60 million, 70 million, somewhere in there. So, yeah, if you can, unless they think they got the Joe Burrow in the draft, then I guess go for it. But I don't see it in these guys, honestly. I can't. I guess I don't watch enough college ball. I watch some of the highlights.
Everybody's opinion's different, and Justin Fields balled out at Ohio State.
Right.
Balled out, dude.
Yeah.
The game changes when you get to the NFL level. That speed changes. You know what I mean? So, and it's probably why a lot of you got to adjust to it. If you don't, then you're not going to be,
right.
But you can learn.
Yeah.
I feel like Justin Fields sometimes is scared back there.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know why. No, I don't blame him, but I'm just saying but as soon as he drops back, he don't know what he wants to do with them. Right. Sometimes. Anyway.
But some of these longer concept plays, when he drops back and you got to wait for them guys to get open, and you got somebody in your face. It's hard. It's hard. And
that's pretty much been his whole career.
Yeah.
And let's be honest about the situation. It wasn't until about 4 or 5 weeks ago that he had his first his full offensive line.
Right.
So
what I'd like to see in the new offensive coordinator, if and when they get one, because they should. But I think what I want to see is maybe some more quick passes. Snap the ball 3 steps back and get rid of it. It felt like every time he dropped back, it was 5, 6, 7-step drop, and by the time he got back there, he's getting creamed. So
never see slants.
Yeah, if you watch if you watch Jordan Love yesterday, he got back there and got rid of the ball, and there's only a few times he had to scramble around, but for the most part, he got back there.
He got sacked once, twice.
Once, I think once, yeah. But if you watch his play, he dropped back. He got rid of the ball quick, and that's the kind of offense you need. I'm not sure if Getsy's trying to, because he come from Green Bay, so I'm not sure if he's trying to copy Matt LaFleur's offense, but that offense don't look like ours. So
Yeah, Justin looks like when he drops back, he looks like he takes him, 1 second, 2 seconds per read to see what he's looking at or something. I don't know, it's just weird. Like you said, though, it's not like drop back, boom, pop. You know what I mean? You go through your progressions. You see, a lot of these guys can project too. Like they see a guy, they know that she's going to be open,
right?
Timing routes and stuff. So, but I don't know.
What's so the burning question I got in my mind for predictions of next year? How many wins will the Bears have in 2024 season?
I mean, is this for every answer right now? We don't know who the head coach is going to be here.
Hey,
we don't even know Luke Getz is going to be here.
These are early predictions.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
I predict
we were 7 wins this year, 7-10, right?
Yep.
Let's go 9 wins next year because we are going to should have a little bit easier schedule. So, I mean, other than our, division, but
play the Colts.
God.
Yeah, a bunch of Colts fans around here, so my prediction.
So yeah, anyway, what did I say? Oh yeah, 9
wins.
9 wins, yeah.
So my prediction is I'm gonna go all out because we should have had 10 to 11 wins this year. I'm gonna say 10, and anything under that, and you don't make the playoffs.
So you're saying the ones we should have won this year we're finishing.
We're gonna finish them off next year because we're gonna have more talent.
Okay.
And the schedule looks pretty decent. There's a few tough games in there, but the thing with the schedule is you never know how these teams are going to play. Nobody could have predicted the Texans were going to be this good this year. So, and I didn't think the Colts were going to be that great this year. So you never know. I mean, a easy schedule could turn into hard together. We play Texans next year. So yeah. So anyways, I'm predicting 10 wins. I'm going to stick to it. I've been right the last 2 years with the 3 and the 10 wins. So
did you say 3 wins?
Yep. Yeah, I knew as soon as he tore it all down, I was done. I knew it was a bad season. We still got down and dirty in here though. We still party.
And honestly, we were in 80% of those games. We only lost by a touchdown or less.
Right.
we were competitive in most of the games. So
right.
There was only a couple games we got our ass beat. But.
Got free agency coming up here in the next couple months. Anybody offhand that you could think of you'd like, or just what guys would you want to keep? You want to keep here in house?
I don't know. Khalil Herbert,
Jalen Johnson.
Well, he's a rookie, isn't he?
No, Jalen Johnson.
Oh, Jalen. Yeah, he'll get paid this year.
Yeah,
he's staying.
Yeah, he's got to stay.
He's staying. He's paid. Velus Jones, gotta go.
Gotta go. Yeah.
Eddie Jackson, gotta go.
Yeah. What about white hair?
Cody, gotta go.
Yeah.
Let's trade. Or who's Patrick?
Right.
Center. Trade him or I don't know what. Do you know what his contract is right now?
He had a 2 or 3 year deal. He might be done this year. I'm not sure. So, I want to get a veteran wide receiver to go with DJ Moore, maybe a slot, and then if we get Marvin Harrison,
Mike Evans.
Yeah,
Mike Evans is up for.
He could. He's getting a little long in the tooth. I mean, he had a good year, but do we want somebody that age?
How old is he? I don't know how long is he. He's been in there.
I think he's got.
You said veteran.
Yeah, I'm thinking a slot back though. Somebody, because if you got Marvin Harrison, you don't really need Vince.
Well, you're talking maybe pick up maybe Bowers from the draft.
Well, I said Curtis Samuel too. He'd be a good little slot back. I mean, put him in the slot with
Curtis Samuel.
Yeah, from Washington.
Yep.
He's gonna be a free agent, and get him and draft Marvin Harrison or Rome Odunze, DJ Moore, and keep Justin Fields.
Adonijah's probably gone, right?
Who?
Adonijah.
Yeah, probably.
Done.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that free agent.
There was a lot of one year deals this year.
Yeah, I haven't looked totally into the free agent market just because I'm more interested in the draft. I mean, we need to build through the draft. So my opinion is load up on the draft. My draft needs are center, probably a safety because of Eddie Jackson, possibly a cornerback if Jalen Johnson goes. On the defensive side, on the offensive side, like I said, center. Definitely need wide receiver in the draft, and
we need a 3 technique.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind I wouldn't mind either. We haven't had one really since Tariq Cohen. We need like a scat back.
Yeah.
I mean, we have these bruisers. We got Rashawn Johnson, Khalil Herbert, But we don't have no little guy can just, just take off like Cohen could. You know what I mean? We need to change the pace back. A little dude that can catch out of the backfield.
And he returns kicks and stuff.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe Velas had a couple good runs. Put him back there once in a while. Yeah.
But you can't. Come on, bro.
I'm probably asking for that.
Okay, one good game. He's had 100 bad games.
No, he ain't no back. So yeah, get us a back, and those are the needs. I think we need to go in and build some. We do
need some depth and some offensive linemen.
I was just about to say that offensive line depth, and it's gonna be the third draft for Poles. I think he's done good so far. Third draft, yep. So Velas was the first draft, and then Wright second draft. So this will be his third draft. The ones he hasn't hit on was Velas, obviously. There's a couple late round picks, but you never know how those guys are gonna pan out. So all the early picks are pretty much hit besides Velas, I feel like. So
dude, he's got us gold right now.
Yeah.
As far as the draft and free agency and stuff. So I trust what he does. And let's just say that I trust what he does. If he decides to get rid of Justin, that he feels like that's the best and wants to draft a Caleb Williams or whoever.
Right.
If that's what he feels like, you go with it. If it don't work, then it's on his ass. You know what I mean? So, but for now, you can't do nothing but trust him. So I feel like he'll make the right decision.
Right.
So,
all right. So what we're going to do here on the podcast is I really want to make it interactive with you guys and have you part of the show. A few things that we plan on doing are when we're going into the next season, which is really we're going to take off with this podcast. Let's say we're playing the Seahawks. Let's say we're playing San Francisco. Let's say we're playing Detroit or Green Bay or whoever. We want to have one of you guys on the show. So we'll do a remote guest, and
awesome.
And then we'll do it live from here and from the cave. But that's one thing we want to really get into. We got cave questions. Like if you got a question about the cave or the Bears, what's going on with them, or even your own team. I mean, I watch a little bit more of the NFC North than I probably watch of anybody else, just because that's our division. So that's the plan. And we want to make it interactive. We're going to eventually take call-ins. I mean, I might be regretting that here just because I might get some idiots on the other line, but it might be funny too. So we'll be able to take live call-ins from the show.
I mean, you got the button, so if they start.
Yeah. I do got the hang up button.
So calm down.
You start talking trash, you're gonna get hung up on. So
I mean, we like the friendly banner, the funny banner.
Right.
We like that stuff, but don't get personal. Don't talk about somebody's mama or whatever.
Yeah,
that's retarded.
Don't get here and talking a bunch of crap. So that's what we want to do, and it's gonna be fun. So I got a few questions here. I put on a little thing today on Instagram.
Nice.
And asking for some questions. So first one is from a follower. He's been following me for a minute. It's Phil in Minnesota. And I think he's from Minnesota or lives or from Minnesota, but he's a big Green Bay fan.
Okay.
So I think I even seen him at the stadium one time and he was, I don't even know if the Green Bay was even playing, but he was wearing his Packer stuff there. But
nice.
Anyways, Phil asked thoughts on Kevin Warren. Great business mind when here with the Vikings and one hell of a nice guy. So what I get from Kevin Warren is that, just like you said, great business mind. He's actually here to get the stadium going and off the ground, which is great. And I think he's going to hold a lot of people accountable in the building, which needs to happen. The Bears haven't been held accountable for many years with the previous CEO or president, which was Ted, and then with the owners. So the owners hopefully going to take a step back and let Kevin Warren run the show. But I'd like to hear him talk a little more, I guess, on his thoughts. So hopefully here in the next week.
He don't talk too much. We just see him pictures.
And sometimes that's good, but sometimes you kind of want to know what's going on with the president.
He seems like I said, I've never heard anything bad. I haven't heard anything bad about the guy.
Right.
Yet. So I mean, he was the Big Ten commissioner.
Yeah.
So, is he still or
no? He
was.
He gave that up, and I think he gave that up in April when he came over to the Bears. So.
Yeah, they saying he has a relationship with a guy named Harbaugh.
Yeah. You never know. You never know. So, Phil. I mean, seems like a good dude. I'm just interested to see what he's going to do with the stadium because I heard that stadium that he helped with in Minnesota is amazing. I mean, I've never been there. I think I'd like to get there sometime. So,
They had to rebuild it after the snow.
Yeah,
collapse.
you have the snow collapse. Yeah. So, second question: you are Ryan Poles. I'm gonna let you answer this one. You are Ryan Poles. The draft is tonight. What do you do
The draft is tonight.
right now? What do you do?
What do
If
I
you had
do?
draft, yeah. What
Okay,
would you do right now?
Let's.
You doing a trade back?
Yeah, I'm going to trade back. Who's got the number 2 pick right now?
Arizona. It's either Washington or
I didn't do it. Damn it.
I think it's between
Washington or Arizona, right?
Washington or Patriots. I think Arizona's.
Well, either way, I'm trading down to one of them guys or seeing what they got. Okay, if it's worth it, trade down. I mean, that's hard to say. I mean, okay, let's say Washington is offering, two. I don't know what picks.
2
they
number
have.
ones?
Maybe 2 number ones or number 1 and early number 2
Mhm.
for that number 1 pick. Yes, we trade down. Then we can get Marvin Harrison.
Right.
That's who I'm drafting.
I'm drafting. That's what I've been wanting all along too.
That's who I'm drafting. Marvin Harrison. Get it over with, and then let everything fall into place, I guess.
Right.
So, that's what I would do.
Yeah, I do the same thing. I'm trading back for I'm gonna trade back to 3. If the first 2 teams want quarterbacks and they're really adamant about, let's say, Caleb Williams, and they want to duke it out over Caleb Williams, then the loser gets Drake May, I guess, or vice versa.
Right.
Then let the bidding war begin. I mean, I don't want to move back too far.
I want to get our guy.
Yeah, but but like I said, there's a lot of people saying Roma Duze is just as good.
Right. No, I get it. He's not. I get it. I mean, I do get that. He's not the only great receiver in the draft,
Right.
but that's the guy we want.
Yeah. I think Marvin Harrison Jr. are this generation's Randy Moss possibly. So that's what I'd like to do. So go back a couple picks, maybe gain a second rounder, maybe a first round next year because we don't have a second rounder this year, and draft Marvin Harrison Jr., Roma Duze, and then later in the round I'd say go best available lineman. Joe Alt, maybe. I don't know. I think he'll be there
Joe
that
Alt.
late. Yeah, I don't think he'll be there long.
No, he's number 2 right now on
Lineman?
the draft board.
Right.
Yeah.
So you can really go anywhere with that 9th or 10th pick, but area of need, best available, in my opinion. So,
Yes, sir.
but we got to get weapons. I mean, one way or another. All right. The next question: do you have a favorite 2023 Bears moment? That's from Chandler McCoy. Oh, I'm sorry. That last question was from, it looks like Kylo Darkseed, something like that. Anyways, this other one's from Chandler McCoy. Do you have a favorite Bears 2023 moment? I know mine.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. All right. So my 2023 moment is beating the damn Lions, because Richie comes over here talking all that trash. And
Don't bring the bill.
yeah, and our bet is we have a little money wager on it every year, and we got a belt. The belt looks like a wrestling belt. It has
cave belt, man.
Yeah, it's a cave belt. It has the Bears on one side, the Lions on the other. So he kind of cheated and gave me the belt for a week, but I didn't owe him because what we do is we do the 2 games. We do the money bet on each game, and then we do best record at the end of the season. So obviously the Lions had the best record and they won 1 game, but we won 1 game, so I really only owed them the 1 payment. So I should have had the belt for a week, but
So that was your best moment?
That's my best moment.
Lions?
I mean, yeah, because and he was here to watch it.
So one of my favorite moments was when Jalen Johnson had the 2 INTs,
Right.
and then one almost pick 6 or whatever.
Right.
He had a really good game that game. That was one that stuck out to in my head.
Which one? As you said,
Jalen Johnson.
James Johnson. Yeah.
I can't remember what game it was.
He had a couple picks, though.
Yeah, but I think it was the Minnesota game, because we had 4 picks that game. I think he had 2 in that game.
Yeah.
I think.
And he's a Pro Bowler this year now too.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
And I think him being gone yesterday and everything he did this year,
oh my God,
his price just went up because
I
he's
think so,
gonna be
too.
like, look how y'all played without me. He's like, how'd y'all play without me? So I mean, his price probably went up yesterday. So last one's from Tony. You know Tony Lorine. He's on Lauren. I think.
Oh, yeah,
14.
Tony.
Yeah, Tony on Instagram. So he's
What's up, Tony?
What's up, Tony? Anyways, he's got kind of like the same question as these other guys. Dream draft 1, 9, and 3rd round.
Oh.
Like I said, 1, Marvin Harrison Jr. Mine personally, if he's still available, Brock Bowers, tight end, because you can load up on the weapons. You can never go bad weapons. The 3rd round, I'm taking the best available center. Sorry. We need we need to stud up the middle. Centers don't go real early sometimes.
Yeah, you can get decent in the 3rd round easy.
Yeah. So that's my dream scenario right there, Tony. What would be yours?
Yeah, I mean, I almost agree, almost everything you just said. Marvin Harrison 1. Probably. I don't know, man. I don't know who I would take with 9. That's a hard one. I really thought about the 9th pick.
Yeah.
But maybe, somebody like Brock Bowers.
Right.
Or someone like that. So, and then, 3rd round, definitely need a center for sure.
Gotcha.
So, for sure a center, man, because we really lacked a center this year.
Oh, yeah.
Between Cody Whitehair and Patrick, it was brutal.
Oh, yeah. Balls hitting the ground, skipping across the ground, over his head. I mean, you name it. So,
that's another, you can't blame everything on Justin Fields, man. Like, it takes a team to win and lose games, man. Like, he's not the savior, you know what I mean? Like,
I think he
can only do so much.
I think he showed some improvement this year. So. Anyways, I think that's all we got for tonight. We just kind of want to get the first one out there and throw it out there. Like I said, going into next season, we'll be out here weekly, doing a game recap, talking about the Bears and what's going on. I think the next episode we'll probably have is probably after free agency winds down. Probably wait a few days, see if there's any big signings, and we'll come on here and talk about that. The first live episode.
So you're gonna just wing this a little bit, like in the beginning.
Yeah,
just like if there's something to talk about, you'll call me up. Well,
yeah. Because what I want to do is I want to do the fan cave stuff, and I'll just be doing that solo with the guys. It'd be a 20-30 minute show, but
if anybody wants to, some advertisements,
right? Yeah. Come on,
we'll advertise your stuff,
right? But anyways, so the fan cave stuff will be doing that during the off season. But once free agency hits, we'll have a show out here, and our first live show is going to be the NFL draft. We're going to sit here and we're going to watch the draft together, and we're going to go over the picks after the first and ninth.
We're just going to do the first round.
Yeah, probably just the first round. So yeah. But we'll do a draft night live from the cave. That'll be our first live episode on like YouTube or Facebook, whatever. So. Anyways, that's going to wrap it up for tonight. And we had fun as always. We're just kicking this off. So be gentle.
Let's go. Bear down.
I know you haters out there like to talk a bunch of crap, but
bear down for life. We don't care. Bear down.
We don't give a crap. So anyways, we'll see you next time on the Cave After Hours podcast. We enjoyed having you guys watch us. So any recommendations or anything like that, give me a DM and give us a shout out. Anyways. Like, subscribe to my YouTube, and don't forget about the Jumbotron giveaway. You got to do 4 easy steps. Follow the Mini Jumbotron Company. Follow the Cave After Hours podcast Instagram. Follow the Cave After Hours podcast YouTube, or subscribe to it. And the last but not least is, what's the 4th thing? Oh, you got to leave a comment that I know you want it. Because look, a lot of you are you're saying you're not on the list, but you didn't leave a comment. There's some people that are following the podcast don't have a need for a Jumbotron. Maybe they don't have room or live in an apartment. They just want to see what we're doing. But if you don't leave a comment, I'm not putting you in there because I don't know. So do those 4 steps, get in the contest, and get you a Mini Jumbotron. We're going to draw it live here from the cave on Super Bowl Sunday. So at halftime, you don't need to watch the halftime show. We know Usher's on there. He's gonna be dancing around and stuff, but watch the most important thing, especially if you're in the drawing, and watch that drawing.
Minitron giveaway.
Yeah. And we're going to do that from, I'll probably do it from my main Instagram page. Follow the Bear Supervan 44. That's my main page. So we'll draw it from there. I'll post it on the other Instagram. So anyways, as always, bear down, and thanks for watching. I said Robin. Thanks for watching, but peace.
Peace, bear down.
All right. See you guys. Thank you.